This video is brought to you by SoccerPro.com, offering all the latest soccer gear at everyday low prices with no membership fees. Be sure to use coupon code SR4U at checkout for $10 off any order of $100 or more. Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you an unboxing plus on-feet video of the Nike FC247 Bomba Finale 2 in the brand new black Volt and electric green colorway. Now keep in mind that these do not come with any extras, so all you'll find inside of the box are the shoes themselves. So I'll get that out of the way really quickly. And here is a look at the Bomba Finale 2 in the latest colorway. I know a lot of you guys probably think, or in the mindset of thinking, that black shoes tend to be a little bit boring, but these ones are far from it. What's cool about the Bomba Finale 2, especially in a colorway as simple as this one, is that you get to see all of the different textures on the upper. You can see that you have the shiny mesh in black, you have the matte finish black on the Nike Skin upper, as well as the fuse going across the side of the foot. You have this shiny black finish here on the instep with this kind of texturing on the upper, and then of course you have the pop of the Volt yellow on the Nike logo here on the outside, the electric green in the laces, the Volt on the tongue, the Volt on the Nike swoosh, the Volt on the Nike Skin logo right there, and then of course the little bit of Volt on electric green accents here at the bottom. So while it is a black shoe, it's still going to stand out very well, and to me this is definitely the nicest colorway of the Bomba Finale 2 that we've seen so far, at least in my opinion. Now in terms of the overall performance of the Bomba Finale 2, if you guys would like more information, I strongly recommend going ahead and checking out the full written review on my website, SoccerReviewsForYou.com. I'll leave a direct link to that down below in the description. But just to quickly go over the technical specifications in this particular video, the upper is made up of two separate materials, one being Nike Skin and then one being this fuse in combination with like a nylon mesh material. It's somewhat rugged, but at the same time it's very thin and flexible. Now the Nike Skin here at the front is the same Nike Skin you're going to find on the Hypervenom Phantom, perhaps a little bit more rugged, and then you have this kind of grip slash durability coating here going across the instep of the shoe that's going to allow for not only better traction or friction against the ball, I should say, as it has somewhat of a sandpaper texture about it, but it's also going to increase the strength of the bond between the upper and the sole plate, allowing for great durability on artificial grass slash turf playing surfaces, which is really what this shoe is intended to be used on. Now the only complaint that I really have regarding this shoe when it comes to touch and feel is that there isn't enough Nike Skin on the upper. Now what you get in the forefoot here really is great, and it's going to give you a good Nike Skin experience, but I wish that instead of having this nylon material in the back, while it does make for less bulk on the shoe, I think it would have done a little bit better, or felt a little bit better had the Nike Skin gone back just a little bit further on the upper. But with that being said, like I said, you're still going to get a very good playing experience from this particular shoe, and what this meshed upper does allow for is a little bit of extra ventilation that you wouldn't normally have with most other soccer shoes. You can see that the shoe does feature a slightly off-center lacing system, with the laces being pushed to the outside. You have a synthetic tongue with a memory foam insert, and before I forget, this upper does include ACC All Conditions Control, which is Nike's wet weather control element, if you will. It allows for slightly better friction between your foot and the ball when playing in wet playing conditions. So if you are playing on an outdoor artificial grass field and it does happen to be raining, this is going to allow for a slightly more controlled feel on the ball than a shoe without ACC would provide. You do have a very high cut supportive feel here in the ankle, an internal plastic heel counter. The heel liner is a combination of perforated synthetic leather with a decent amount of padding, and then the heel liner is made from a suede material, which feels really good and also helps to lock your foot in place. The insole is fully removable, which is definitely a good thing. That's a common flaw with a lot of indoor and turf soccer shoes. And then of course the outsole is designed specifically for turf and artificial grass. You have two different types of studs, one being a more traditional kind of turf sole plate kind of variation with these little rectangular nubs that go all the way throughout, all in different patterns. Are going to provide good multi-directional traction without being too aggressive, so it's not going to have that clingy feel on the turf. And then in the areas where you're going to need the most amount of grip and where you're going to be pushing off and stopping, you're going to find your standard Nike AG stud, which is basically a circular stud with a hollow kind of middle that allows for great flexibility in the stud and really provides some tremendous traction when pushing off, similar to what you might get from a firm ground stud, but without providing that clingy, slightly dangerous feel. So if you're looking to have the best traction, the best durability, and be as safe as possible out there on the field, on an artificial grass field, I should say, an AG stud pattern or something like this is definitely something to consider. And because this shoe is relatively affordable, there's really no excuse not to have a pair of these in your bag if you are going to be playing regularly on artificial grass surfaces. So that's pretty much it as far as the technical specifications of this shoe, and move on next to a quick weigh-in so you can see how lightweight these guys are. What's great about the Bomba Finale 2 is that it was designed with durability in mind. So while it might not be the lightest shoe out there on the market, it's designed to last, and when you're talking about playing on artificial grass, this can be an issue for a lot of shoes. So you do have that full solid rubber bottom that does add a little bit of extra weight to the shoe, but makes it feel very solid. And when I say it adds a little bit of extra weight, this is by no means a heavy shoe. So I'm going to weigh this for you today in real time. Keep in mind this is a brand new pair in a size 9.5 US. We're going to throw it on the scale, and you can see that these guys weigh in at 9.6 ounces. So they're not too heavy, not too light, a little bit on the lighter side in comparison to other turf/artificial grass shoes. But for the most part, if you're looking for something that's going to offer a solid feel and as well as offer great durability, the Bomba Finale 2 is definitely something to consider. So that's pretty much it as far as the weigh-in portion of this video. And move on next to a quick on feet so you can get a better idea as to how these shoes fit and what the sizing is like. Alright, here's a look at the Bomba Finale 2s on feet, and I have to say I'm really happy with how this shoe feels, but I do have some minor complaints. For the most part, the Nike skin is very soft and flexible from right out of the box, as is the nylon material, but it does feel a little bit awkward and slightly stiff where the two materials join right at the forefoot on both the outside and inside. That's where the shoe does feel a little bit clunky to me, but give it a couple hours of break-in time and it will soften up and feel a lot better. The lacing system is slightly to the outside, but very close to the center as well, so it does allow for a very tight and snug fit all the way through. Even though the shoe might appear to be a little bit bulky, it actually is very form-fitting. In terms of width, I would say that it's suitable for most foot types, just as long as you don't have an overly wide foot through the middle. The nylon material isn't going to stretch much at all, whereas you will get a little bit of stretch in the forefoot and toe box area from the Nike Skin Synthetic. In terms of sizing, I find that most of Nike's indoors and turfs tend to run about a half size small. So instead of wearing my usual size 9 US, I went up to a 9.5, and you can see my toes are pretty much right at the end. The fit is more or less perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair of these for yourself, I would recommend going a half size up personally, but if you want to stay true to size, they still will fit. They'll just have a much more snug than average fit. So that's pretty much it as far as the on-feet portion of this video, and I'll leave you to my final thoughts. Alright guys, that's it for my unboxing of the Nike Bomba Finale 2. It's one of those shoes that I think gets overlooked a lot just because a lot of people, when they look at an AG shoe, tend to look at the higher end Nikes, but this is, for that $100 price point, a high-end soccer shoe. You get the premium Nike Skin Synthetic. It fits really well, it's very, very comfortable, and of course you get the AG sole plate and stud pattern. So if you are looking for an AG shoe, the Bomba Finale 2 is definitely ideal. As always, if you guys are interested in more information on the overall performance of this shoe, be sure to check out the full written review on my website, soccerreviewsforyou.com. I will leave a direct link to that down below in the description. On that same review page, you'll also find buy it now links with the best prices online, including exclusive SR4U coupon codes to get yourself some additional discounts if you are interested in ordering a pair of these for yourself. Other than that, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. Like the video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest soccer gear. You can find all of my social media information down below in the description. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.